Jingle bells. Batman.
bells.
Batman smells. Robin.
You smell so bad.
Robin shit right on my chest. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Overleveled podcast.
Can we get someone to make a remix of that, make it into a song?
Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin shit right on my chest. That's a good one.
Or a shirt.
Yeah. Shirts are always good, and just a big shit stain, just like right there,
just
right on the
shit,
chest.
An actual shit stain.
Yes, every shirt is distinctly different.
Yes. They hire a guy to fucking
Just load him up with Taco Bell. Come on, we got to get these shirts out, baby. I feel like my voice is really loud. Hold on, I'm gonna. Actually, I think my voice.
What a great start.
Sorry,
to the
technical
podcast.
difficulties. anyways, welcome
Someone's
everyone.
First episode.
What's up?
No, someone's first episode is talking about shit stains.
Yeah. Welcome to the Overleveled podcast. This is not a shit-centric podcast, I promise. This is a Japanese role-playing video game news and reviews podcast. If you're tuning in on YouTube, you might be able to tell my scenery is a little bit different. I was telling DJ I got a whole new monitor setup going on. I won a TV at a work party recently, and I'm using that extra 50 inches of glory to my advantage.
Ooh, 50 more inches.
Hell yeah. So, also, this is, as you can tell, I mean, no shame in loving stuffed animals, but this is also my daughter's playlist. So that's going on with the background. I'm thinking about maybe, because I have like this disgusting panel, outlet panel or whatever, just kind of in the background. Maybe I'll just put some poster over it or something.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I don't know. Anyways, everyone, welcome to the Overleveled podcast. I'm Gavin.
Hello, I'm DJ.
Yeah. So this is gonna be our Christmas episode. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Christmas,
Happy
Merry
holidays,
Christmas.
all that good stuff. Yeah. Maybe we should maybe we need an Overleveled original holiday. Yeah, too much work. We don't need it. We're good with what we got. So today, first things first, I was trying to remind myself earlier that we do this early. First of all, I want to thank Noctane. He's on Twitter. You can find Noctane at the Noctane.
Follow that man.
Yeah, follow that man. He did some artwork for me recently. It is currently my profile picture in our Discord and on the Overleveled Twitter. He did artwork of my face in the style of Rindo from Neo: The World Ends With You.
Nice.
I think he fucking nailed it.
Yeah, no, it looks tight. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that looks fucking awesome.
Yeah. So he does commissions, guys. Absolutely. Go hire this man. Let him do some artwork for you. Yeah, just wanted to shout him out real fast. Other than that, before we go in, I know we've also we didn't do question of the week last week because I know that you had to go pick up some pizza or something.
Yes.
Had to go pick up those elusive pizzas.
Yeah, the pizza rolls.
Yeah, pizza rolls. So let's go ahead and before we hop into question of the week and we do all of our other stuff, we're gonna kind of do some later on in this episode. We're gonna do some maybe some Christmas stories. We're gonna talk about some video games that we think of whenever we kind of get into this holiday season, and kind of a look back at the year and talk about some of our favorite games that we played this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, first of all, DJ, what you been doing? What you been playing?
Well, not too long ago, I did finish Breath of the Wild, my very first Zelda game.
Hell yeah.
That was great. I enjoyed that. And now, currently, I'm back into Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, the remakes of the original DS games for the Sinnoh region. And right now, I'm on the Elite Four. I'm about to beat it, and then once I finish that, I'm going to start playing Final Fantasy 15, or replaying / finishing Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah,
because I only
starting
played,
it
the
over.
first 2 episodes.
Yeah, for real. Well, nice, man. You said you're playing Diamond or Pearl?
Diamond.
Diamond. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I still haven't. I definitely don't think I'm going to buy it at a $60 price point right now.
Nah.
I will either wait for a sale or borrow it from someone. So
Yeah. I mean, Legend of Arceus is coming out pretty soon, so just wait for that.
That's true. That's true. Well, I want to make sure that I at least have either Diamond or Pearl under my belt.
Okay.
So that I, just like some of that lore kind of in my mind.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna get there, man. tell me how it is whenever you're done with it, man.
Yeah, definitely, for a fact. But what are you playing?
Right now I'm playing 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim.
13 Sentinels.
I'm pretty sure, because usually I have a bad habit of just hopping around in video games. The one game that I've been sticking to right now, I've put in about 12 hours of it so far. So I'm in really deep. If I were to stop now, I would have just wasted all this time,
Right.
So I'm playing 13 Sentinels. I think I told you a little bit about it last week. They announced that they're porting it over to Nintendo Switch with some extra stuff. Not a whole lot of extra stuff, but, if you've never played it before, this would be, I guess, considered the definitive edition because it has the most content. Anyways, It's kind of this hybrid between a tactical RPG and it's like a very interesting take on a visual novel. And I know for a lot of people that's either a turn off or a turn on.
For me.
What's up?
So that's definitely a turn off for me.
It's a turn off? Oh, man. Well, this is definitely... It's not... Maybe I'm... Because it's not like a visual novel. Like, I don't think like Huni Pop or Doki Doki Literature Club. It's not like... It's not that style of visual novel. Like, you walk around. It's like a 2D side-scroller.
Okay. That's better.
Yeah, so...
I can actually do something.
I would say maybe watch a review of it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not done with the game. I could go ahead and give you my first impressions, but I'm not trying to take up 20 minutes of this intro just talking about 13 Sentinels.
Right.
But it's a good game. I think that if you did jump into it and maybe gave it some time, it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like, how in Final Fantasy 13, a lot of people's complaints are like, you don't really get to see the full scope of the game until you're like 20 hours into it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's almost like that, but you're definitely shorter than 20 hours. It's like maybe give it like 5 or 6 hours before you really understand how the gameplay system is. But it's really fun, especially if you're a fan of tactical RPGs. It's got probably one of the most intriguing stories that I have experienced so far this year. Good stuff. If you like a lot of sci-fi and time travel and stuff, it's crazy.
Nice.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. Other than that, I have been reading manga.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I have.
Manga boy.
Manga man.
What you been reading?
That's mine. You're Mushroom Man. I'm manga,
manga man.
Yeah. So I have I bought the physical hard copy. I would show it in the video version. I have it in a different room right now, though. I have a hardcover copy of Junji Ito's. Shit! Why am I blanking on the name? I just finished it.
Uzumaki.
Guys, this was a fucking phenomenal story. Not even the story was good. I wouldn't say the story's fine. I wouldn't say it's the best manga that I've ever read. But as far as an artistic standpoint,
the art is phenomenal.
Oh my god, dude! Every fucking page was brilliant. For those who don't know who Junji Ito is, he's kind of known in Japan, sort of as the king of horror over there. In a lot of other countries and in America, the king of horror over here would be someone like Stephen King. He is the Stephen King of manga in Japan,
Right.
So well, I guess of manga everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But he's kind of held to that sort of standard or pedestal over there in Japan. So I just finished that. Uzumaki was originally released as three mangas, like 3 books, and so that's the whole story. The hardcover copy that you can buy off Amazon or eBay, it includes all 3 of those and like an afterword and like a little extra episode of the story. It's really good. I definitely recommend the read. It gave me nightmares.
Really? Okay.
I cannot remember the last time I had a nightmare.
Oh wow.
But a few nights ago, I distinctly remember waking up and being like, that was from fucking Uzumaki. Also, I didn't realize this until I was about halfway done. But I realized as I was reading it that they're making an anime adaptation of it.
Yes.
So that's going to be airing on Adult Swim sometime next year, I think. But anyways, I started reading that, and then I also last night finished the first chapter of Berserk, which you let me borrow.
Yes. Yeah. What'd you think?
It's great.
Yep.
I have a lot of the same praise that I do of Uzumaki, where it's like you flip a page and you're greeted with phenomenal artwork.
Yeah, and it's crazy that the art only gets better from there. Like it's insane. Man.
That first opening page of Homeboy having sex with the demon. It's a little in your face,
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's a great way to start, just really pops out in your eyes. It's great.
But anyways, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the book a lot. I'm going to hopefully finish it within the next week or two. I can usually finish a manga of this size really fast. But I have to kind of, I'm very picky choosy with how I'm spending my time. So I've lately just been reading it when I'm getting in bed, and I'll usually read, anywhere between like 1 chapter to like 7 chapters just before I go to bed. So I'll hopefully finish it really soon. But anyways, this isn't the anime and manga podcast. That's DJ's.
Hello.
Maybe one day I'll hop on there and we can talk more about Berserk.
Fuck yeah, I would love to talk about Berserk.
But anyways, before we hop into news and all that, let's go ahead and just do this question of the week.
It's been waiting. It's been marinating. It's here.
It's been soaking. The juices have been just fucking marinating in this beef. Yes. Okay, so this last question of the week that we asked 2 episodes ago. Trying to get there. Oh my god. Okay, this was suggested by Tyler Rims.
Woo! A boy.
He is a boy.
He is.
So, Tyler, he asks, pick a game series that you love. How would you reboot it into a genre that's different from the one that it's already in? For example, turning a JRPG into a first-person shooter or an FPS into a cooking game. So, this is a great question. I thought about how I would change, some of my favorite games into different genres in the past. So, I like thinking about this sort of stuff.
It's kind of interesting.
First up, we got One Pin Tones. He says, that's a hard one that that's a hard one that I had to think about for a while, but my short answer is Super Smash Bros. Into a Suikoden-style recruitment RPG. All those different franchises combined, but each character maintaining their own powers for different strengths and weaknesses to balance parties and access new areas for recruiting. And then Tyler responds like, ooh, that's something similar to Project X Zone. And so that's, as soon as One Pin Tone said that, that's pretty much the first thing I thought of as well. Did you ever play Project X Zone?
No.
I believe that one was for 3DS.
Okay.
Project X Zone was kind of, if you also know how Suikoden works, you're, collecting a huge team of people.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like in Suikoden you got like 100 characters that you can do, and each character has their own little storyline and stuff. And it's a turn-based RPG. You choose like 6 people to be inside your party at a time, and everyone has their own like little story side quests and stuff. That's kind of how Project X Zone is for Capcom games.
Oh, that actually would be really cool. A Smash Bros. JRPG game, that would be tight.
That would be super cool, especially now that like, I don't know, since there's other games outside of Smash Bros. Like I know Nickelodeon did one recently. I hear it's not that great, but I know DC, I believe, is doing that as well.
Oh, right,
yeah. So this sort of like big fighting game conglomerate, mixed in with like a recruit each character, and each one has their own storyline, and it's like, each character has their own unique moveset and magic abilities and attacks and stuff like that. That would be fucking awesome.
That would be tight.
Way to go, One Pintones. You just blew every fucking answer out of the water with just
goddamn right.
With that one right there. Tylerim said, I'd turn Final Fantasy 15 into just a fishing game. Oh, wait. But
they
for real. They
already did that.
Yeah. I think they have a VR one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
But for real, it is a hard question that I didn't think about whenever I asked. So I think it would be cool to turn a series like Devil May Cry into a roguelite first-person shooter. Dante finds lots of guns and other weapons along his adventure, so it'd be nice to utilize them in a different genre. Stick to the guns and embrace that Devil May Cry 2 lifestyle. Get Nero with his charging dual-barrel pistol. Summon swords are kind of like guns. You can get wild with it. You could even have horror elements as a callback to Devil May Cry, spawning from an early concept of Resident Evil 4. Yeah, that would be crazy. Because when I think of this sort of roguelite concept that you're talking about, I'm thinking about just like if Devil May Cry was also Doom Eternal,
Oh, yeah.
Or like Doom 2016. Just that really frantic, really fast pace. And you have so many guns and swords and shit. That would be badass.
That is, yeah.
Gigantor says, Pokemon as an MMO. There's the fan-made one that was so cool to see. For Final Fantasy, I want a triple triad mobile game. I'm just surprised that they haven't done that already.
That is true. That is true.
They
haven't done it. Yeah, that would be insane if they did.
Yeah. That's money just waiting to be just fucking poured into their pockets, man.
Goddamn right it is.
Maybe they're just like, maybe they understand that and they don't want like another All the Bravest situation.
Oh, true.
Where it's just, it's literally nothing but you're just paying for little sprites that do nothing.
That's true.
And then, the Pokemon as an MMO, I'm surprised that one isn't a thing either. I feel like that's just money waiting to go into Nintendo's pocket.
Yeah, no, for real. It would be insane if they did that.
Yeah, because I feel like, obviously, we'll see how it works even more with Pokemon Legends, but even with Sword and Shield, you already kind of have a sort of a playing field set up
and
for,
and you can't have people run around it too.
Yeah, 3D space. I feel like it's going to happen. Right now we're just waiting for it to happen,
Right.
Cujo. He says Shin Megami Tensei as a fighting game. It's an idea I had, and the roster would be huge. Yeah, dude. Shin Megami Tensei. Those games have huge casts. Even if you wanted to throw in like the Persona games, like I know that all that started off as Shin Megami Tensei, but there's so many characters that you could put in as like a Guilty Gear type game. Yeah, I feel like that'd be cool.
Yeah.
How about you, DJ? If you could turn any game into a different genre, what would it be? How would you do it?
I don't know. That's hard because like a lot of my favorite franchises already kind of do that, like with their spin-off games.
Yeah.
Like, but if I had to think of something that hasn't really transformed anything, maybe the Disgaea series, because every Disgaea game has always been the same sort of like game type. So maybe turn that into. I don't know why the first thing that popped in my head was a point-and-click adventure. I would not.
Whoa. Like fucking Secret of Monkey Island Disgaea edition.
I don't know if I'd play that, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, because like Final Fantasy already has a couple spin-offs with, you know, the Dissidia series being like, it's sort of like a more fighting game type thing. And one of the things too, like Pokemon has its own fighting game with Pokken, which is really fucking cool. And it's cool how like they take Pokemon that you normally wouldn't think of in like a fighting game and make it work, which is pretty cool. And also Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. Like, I enjoy the spin-off games that sort of take the Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters and make something completely different of it, rather than just like a regular card game with Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Frostbound Kingdom, it's literally just Pokemon with Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters, or Capsule Monsters, it's literally just chess with Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters. It's like stuff like that. I think it's really fucking cool that they do that. But I don't know what. Oh, you know what? Here we go. Call of Duty. Turn that into a turn-based JRPG. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I'd be more willing to play that.
What are the summons?
Just a giant ass tank.
Yeah, just like a helicopter just crashes down.
Or turn Madden into a first-person shooter.
Bro, there are people out there with the idea of doing that in real life, bro. Be careful what you say.
Damn right.
Oh man. So I think I would. It's kind of interesting. I'm with you. I think that this is kind of hard to think of because I think a lot of the game series that we love kind of already do this thing pretty regularly. They branch out into different genres. Even Kingdom Hearts has in one of the worlds of Recoded, when you go to the world of the Olympus Coliseum, because Cloud enters your party, it becomes a random encounter turn-based RPG.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's like, you know, I would like a turn-based RPG, but that's another thing too. Okay, so I would like to take the concept of Union Cross, you know, the mobile game, and turn that into an actual MMO. The concept is there. Like, that's literally what it is, pretty much. It's an online game that you're playing with other people. There are like raids and events and stuff. It's literally already an MMO, but if that could be done in the style of Final Fantasy 14, and you could go way into the customization of creating your own Keyblade wielder, you know, I feel like if all they did was simply just remake that story, just tell that same story of Union Cross, but translate it into this 3D open environment MMO, that would be fantastic.
Ooh, what about, I just thought of some. What about Final Fantasy, but as like a dedicated platformer, like sort of like Mario style?
Oh, is there one particular Final Fantasy that you?
Final Fantasy 9.
9 into a
because you know,
platformer.
Zidane, you know, because you're like a very monkey kind of guy, moves around a lot.
He's a hoppy boy.
Yeah, or I was also thinking like Tekken, because Tekken doesn't really have like a lot of spin-off games, because Tekken characters, they more sort of like guest star in other games rather than having characters guest star in their games.
That's
so I was thinking,
true.
Like, what if like we have a Tekken open world game or a Tekken turn-based game? Like, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be really cool. I would love to see a lot of fighting games, because I think a lot of these fighting games have really cool stories to tell, and have characters who I'm like, man, I would really love to know more about that character.
Oh,
like, I
definitely.
think Tekken is fucking ripe for
100%.
You know, having that sort of JRPG style of game, like doing it like what's it called, like the Trails series, like the Trails in the Sky and Trails of Heroes and stuff. Yeah, that would be super cool. Also, the only other thing too, this is kind of different than what the question is asking, but I would just love to see more games be redone in the style of like the Octopath Traveler and you know, Project Triangle Strategy, like even like big games that, you know, like PS2 games, PS3 games, PS4 games, like sort of a demake, not not a total remake, but just kind of putting it in that style of that 3D, 2D pixel art.
That's
graphic.
true. More demakes would be pretty cool. Like, definitely, with the more recent big one with, Bloodborne getting a demake.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me be like, oh man, it'd be cool if we had more games in like retro style.
Yeah, because even what's it called, Dragon Quest 11. Like they're obviously doing 3 in that 3D 2D style, but they already have the option in Dragon Quest 11 to press a button and it transitions from 3D to 2D.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. They also did something similar like that with Final Fantasy 15. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What is that, Pocket Edition?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, we could go on and on about, changing art styles and changing, genres of all these games and stuff. But I think that's going to do it for Question of the Week. We do have a suggestion. We have one that came in on Twitter from Carrison Ford, but I think One Pin Tone submitted his first. So I'm going to do his. I'm going to choose his.
It's One Pin Tones.
Yeah, it's One Pin Tones. Yeah. One Pin Tones, man. Dedicated listener. How's it going, bro?
Goddamn right.
Yeah, so One Pin Tone says, is there any game that you regret buying? Like the hype was enough to get you to buy the game, but actually playing it was a letdown, or it was just straight up broken. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I have plenty. I've got plenty in mind. So that's the question. What games do you regret buying? Yeah, thanks, One Pin Tones.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for that submission. It's funny too because even Carrison Ford's hers is also kind of like a like on the negative side.
Oh, okay.
So on the next episode, once we answer One Pin Tones' question, we will ask Carrison Ford's, and that'll be a good time.
Okay.
So, what have we done already? We've done our intro. We've talked about what games we're playing.
Right.
We've done our question of the week. Let's go ahead and just real quick talk about some news. The Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster is launching February 2022.
Nice. And
they actually put out they tweeted out like a photo with like a message on it talking about the game that says, in order to bring you the best experience possible, we're allowing the necessary time to apply final polish while finishing development on the game. We will be adding new items for those that pre-purchase the game individually or have purchased the Pixel Remaster bundle on Steam. We're looking forward to sharing the final title and our Pixel Remaster series with you all early next year, and we hope you're looking forward to it. And
neat. Those
pre-purchase items, like those extra items, thankfully none of them are actual in-game items.
Nice.
So, for like pre-orders to like have like extra stuff. I mean, there's a place for that sort of stuff. There's a genre of game for that type of thing. But for Final Fantasy VI, I feel like that would be bad. So thankfully, none of these are actual in-game items to use. It's just like soundtrack remixes. Like you get like digital codes for songs and wallpapers. That's pretty much it. So, but yeah, 6 remasters, the 6 Pixel remasters coming out. So
sweet.
I hope that one's good.
Fuck yeah.
So also, since we've just decided that anytime that there's Final Fantasy or Square Enix news to be said in the episode, we'll just open up our news with all of that stuff first, so we get all that out of the way.
Yeah, that's probably best.
Square Enix has ported Final Fantasy Legends to PC. The Final Fantasy Legend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Legend.
It was it was on Nintendo Switch, and it was like the port of Final Fantasy Legend, Final Fantasy Legend 2, and the Final Fantasy Legend 3, also known as the Saga games. So,
Okay.
anyways, all of those were released on Nintendo Switch a little while ago. And if you're a PC user and you've been wanting to play those and you don't have a Switch, you can now purchase. I mean, obviously, look, these are Game Boy games. If you have a PC and you were dying to play these games, odds are you've played them on your PC, you know? You've probably downloaded an emulator.
Right.
But if you want to do it the legal way, that you can now purchase the collection on Steam and all that good stuff. So
Sweet.
there's that. And then snap. Okay, there we go. Sorry, the page froze on me. We got some big time Final Fantasy Origins stuff.
Oh yeah.
Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins. Final Fantasy, they had Square Enix celebrated the birthday, the anniversary, the 35th anniversary of Final Fantasy. And I was saying, sorry if this is kind of weirdly broken up. There was some connection issues with me and DJ. But what I did mention was that DJ and Final Fantasy have a birthday together.
Yeah. Me and Final Fantasy were born on the same day.
That's crazy.
Not the same year, but the same day.
That'd be incredibly wild if me and you went to high school together and you were also born in fucking, what is it, 1980?
80 something.
Something, whatever.
Yeah. That would be very sad if that was the case.
Yeah, for real. So, they celebrated a big 35th anniversary thing. They mostly spent this stream talking about Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, which
I guess that's
kinda,
fine. Yeah, I guess.
it sort of makes sense. I mean, it's like
yeah, but I mean, this is something else I wanted them to talk about, but it's fine.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, this just means that whenever it comes out, whenever a trailer for 16 comes out, I'm expecting it to drop like the next week. You know?
Honestly, yeah.
Because I'm like, dang, he said next time we see it, it's going to be basically done. So
drops tomorrow. Like, what?
Shadow drops.
Got buy a PS5 immediately.
For real. I got to go like just bust into all of my neighbors' houses and just take their PS5. So, anyways, Final Fantasy Origin is this pseudo remake / reimagining of a lot of the events of the very first Final Fantasy game. So, they had this stream kind of focusing on that. And one of the things that they showed off was, a trailer, obviously.
Yeah,
they showed off plenty
that.
of gameplay. But man, this trailer is bloody.
Yeah, it's dark. Dang.
Like it is graphic.
God damn, Garland. Shit.
Yeah, for real. So, anyways, there's not a whole lot to say here. I really don't want to, at this point, I kind of don't want to really look at Stranger of Paradise anymore.
Okay.
Like, I'm interested. I want to cover it if there's stuff to be covered, but at the same time, I'm at a point now where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get the game whenever it comes out.
Yeah, same. I'm going to get it, yeah.
I don't want to, I don't know. I don't want to feel like I know everything about this game already. Because, knowing Square Enix's track record, they've already basically spoiled the fact that Garland and the main character, Jack, share the same first name.
Yep.
What that means, I don't know. But I feel like that would have been just kind of cooler for me to kind of figure out for myself while playing the game.
Right. Oh, well. But
anyways,
honestly, with this, that makes me wonder if this succeeds. Since it's like supposed to be a retelling, whatever, of the first game, I think like maybe if this succeeds, they'll do retellings for the second and the third.
I hope so. If anything, I think number 2 needs it more than 1 and 3.
Oh, 100%.
2 needs because there's some good story to be told in Final Fantasy 2.
Especially compared to the first one, because the second one actually has more of a story characters.
2 established the fact that they're really focusing on storytelling in these Final Fantasy games. The gameplay system is obviously all over the spectrum, of how people enjoy it. But, you know, 1 already has so much behind it in general. I think it's kind of cool to sort of have this remake of 1, but I think if we were to get a remake of any 3, I think 2 is the most needed.
100%. I agree. Yeah.
So, yeah, and 3 already has a 3D remake. Like, yeah, sure, it would be cool to see something like this for Final Fantasy 3 as well. But
yeah, 2 definitely needs the love. Absolutely.
And, speaking of birthdays, too, thought I'd mention this just of today that we are recording this podcast. It is currently December 22nd. And on this day, 17 years ago, Kingdom Hearts 2 came out.
Ooh. So, happy birthday, Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah. So that's all I care about. So, also, the Game Awards happened. So let's just really quickly kind of get through what happened with the Game Awards. Did you watch the whole presentation?
I did. I don't remember a whole lot, to be honest.
Yeah, I have 2 tabs kind of pulled up. One of which is focusing on things that were announced, like new trailers and stuff. And the other tab is games that took home awards and stuff.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and real quick, let's talk about some of these games that were announced, since we're kind of still in the news section of stuff.
Yeah.
There was this is actually playable too. I don't know if you've seen gameplay of it, but there was a Matrix, like Unreal Engine 5 tech demo that came out.
Oh. Okay.
It pretty much shows off Unreal Engine 5 and its full capability, you know, and it pretty much looks exactly like real life. I think this is the most realistic tech demo that we've ever seen of anything. Like it looks like real life. Like they straight up recreated scenes from the very first Matrix movie.
Yeah.
And it looks like the same. Like it, like if you were to show me footage of the game, I would just think that you're showing me footage of the movie.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that was announced. One of the other big things that got me really excited for, but at the same time, they didn't really show us anything. This was purely like a CGI like announcement, just saying, "Hey, this thing is coming out." So I'm excited for the idea of this, but I need to see gameplay to see how this is gonna work.
Right.
Star Wars Eclipse.
Oh yeah, that's actually the thing I was like looking at right now. Images of
Yeah.
I was
Star
not
Wars
expecting
Eclipse,
that at
man.
all.
It looks what? Sorry.
I said I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, no, seriously. I like as soon as it popped up. By the way, too, I told you, DJ, this whenever I was over at your place for your birthday party. But before we continue with this, just to kind of let the viewers know, first of all, thank you for everyone who checked out the Twitch live stream that I did where I was reacting to the entire Game Awards.
Fuck yeah.
Me and DJ were talking on the phone, and I told him, hey, man, I'm going to be streaming this live. Would you like to join me? And we could sort of kind of tag team this thing together. And you were saying how you were on a car ride, but you were planning on watching it, so you might drop in and watch mine. So I was like, okay, cool. So here I am. I started all up. I'm all by myself, and one person hops into the stream, and I'm gonna get his name right because he also recently joined the Discord. Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to find his name. DJ Die.
Yep.
He's currently playing Final Fantasy 14 right now. So what's up, bro?
What's up?
Anyways, DJ Die, as you could probably expect, this is the first time that I've come into contact with DJ Die. Right. But his name is DJ Die. So here I am thinking, cool, DJ made it into the stream. Right on. Cool. And basically, because this was like a 3-hour-long show.
Yeah, it was.
For the first hour and a half, I straight up was talking to this guy, DJ Die, like it was you, DJ.
Yeah.
and by the time that I realized, I'm making a lot of very specific references that this person is obviously not understanding. I was far too embarrassed to correct myself and admit to him. So, DJ Dai, if you're now a fan of the podcast and you're now listening to this, I completely thought that you were my good friend DJ who I host a podcast with. So, that is obviously not the case. So, thank you for joining. Sorry if I made you feel like I wasn't high. I promise. I wasn't like drunk or something. So,
beautiful.
Anyways, to continue with some announcements, they also announced Alan Wake 2, and it's going to be a survival horror game, so I'm excited for that. They also announced a new Wonder Woman video game.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
From the creators of the Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor games.
Oh, yeah.
So,
fuck yeah.
That should be really interesting.
Yeah.
They showed off a new story trailer, like a cinematic story trailer for Elden Ring.
Yep.
Which only continuously gets me more hyped and more hyped. Like, this is another game that I think I'm going to stop looking at because I'm going to get it. I don't want to see too much of it. Yeah. We also saw some new gameplay for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Oh, yeah.
We got our first look at the Halo TV show, which is live action, confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
We also got some full gameplay for Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this game looks nuts.
It does, yeah. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, like I was telling you earlier how the Matrix Unreal tech demo looks really good. This also looks like fucking real life.
Yeah. It's insane.
And I'm happy, too, that I just played through Hellblade for the first time on stream very recently.
Nice.
So it's good timing. Good timing.
Yes.
Arc Raiders. Yeah, I don't know. New sci-fi first-person shooter. I don't care. We also got Forspoken release date.
Sweet.
Yeah, coming out May 24th, 2022. I don't know if I'm sold on this game.
Yeah, I'm kind of about it right now.
Yeah, like this is a game. For right now, I know for a fact that I will not be purchasing this game day one.
Yeah, no.
That could change. You know, I could be.
Never know.
I could be swayed, but for right now, I'm not too impressed by what I see.
Mm-hmm.
We got some gameplay shown for Horizon Forbidden West.
Whoa!
And like a bunch of really fucking cool costumes for Aloy. Like,
oh fuck yeah,
man, I'm excited for that one. Also, all right, Sonic boys, get out your lube.
Boop, 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 boop. Sonic.
we got like an open world Sonic game trailer.
Fuck yeah, which is surprising. I never really even thought about that. Like open world Sonic, that's perfect.
Yeah, and you know, you'd think that with a lot of their, like they've attempted open areas like cities and stuff that you can explore. Like this seems perfect for something like that.
I agree, yeah.
Especially whenever you think of like traversing large maps very fast.
Oh,
I think
100%.
of like, you know, Spider-Man, like the newest Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
It feels so good to fucking swing through that city and just go so incredibly fast and the motion blur and you can just stop anywhere and there's little detail all around you.
Yeah.
This is definitely a Sonic game that is that speaks to someone like me.
Right.
I don't really have. I guess I really don't have much of an opinion on any of the Sonic games.
Same. Yeah, I haven't really played enough to say anything.
Like I liked the adventure
this
games on GameCube when I had those, but I've never been a huge Sonic guy. So
Yeah, same. Yeah.
yeah,
But I can see myself like eventually buying this. Not day one, but eventually.
sure. Yeah, no, same here. They also showed off the new Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie trailer.
Woo woo.
They got Cuphead DLC coming out.
DLC Island.
They got a new Star Trek video game coming out from a lot of the same people who worked on the Telltale video games.
Oh right,
So,
yeah.
That might be pretty cool. They showed off some new A Plague Tale Requiem stuff. I still haven't played the first one. And Among Us is going into VR.
Thank God, Among Us news. Oh,
I was thinking, because whenever that happened on stream, I was like, oh my God, I don't care. And then DJ Die was like, holy shit. And I thought that they were joking because I thought it was you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. I'm so excited. But he was genuinely excited, I think. So, so I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, cool.
Okay,
new expansion stuff for Monster Hunter Rise.
Oh, nice.
Oh, also, I should have mentioned this as well, and like whenever we were talking about Final Fantasy stuff. But Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, like the whole thing with the Yuffie DLC and everything.
Oh, right.
All of that has come to PC now. It's been on PC for about 6 days now, and it's getting very bad reviews.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, I even saw a screenshot. You know how like whenever you, I don't know, a game like Final Fantasy VII Remake or Kingdom Hearts, you walk up to like a treasure chest or something, and then the triangle button will appear like in beautiful graphics, and then there's some text that's like press triangle to open up the chest or whatever.
Yeah.
So on the PC version, because it's Microsoft, it uses Xbox like button layouts and stuff.
Oh, okay.
The triangle button still appears, but it's like press Y to open.
Yeah.
So just stuff like that where it's like, man, this seems like a pretty lazy port to PC. So, oh well. I'll play Intergrade on my PS5 whenever I get that. So
Damn right.
they showed off a bunch of other stuff too, little indie games here and there. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
Right, yeah.
They announced that like coming to PS4, Switch, and PC. Because I can't remember what it was on. I think it was on like PS3, maybe. I can't remember what console that one was on. But whenever they announced it, it made it seem like they were going to be releasing Persona 4, like just the original Persona 4 game, or like Persona 4 Golden for PS4 or something. But no, it's the fighting game. Oh well. Maybe Cujo, if you're listening, tell me if you're excited for that. We got some story trailer for Lord of the Rings video game, Gollum, The Untold Story.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm into that sort of thing, but whenever Tolkien's name is not directly attached to it, I'm hesitant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is getting like an online multiplayer horror game.
Oh, yeah.
So
cool.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much all the big stuff that was announced. Unless I'm missing something, that was all the big announcements.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have some awards. We won't go too long into this one. Really, I just want to... What's up?
I was saying just some of the big ones.
Yeah, some of the big ones. So, like, for instance, Game of the Year. It Takes Two won.
Woo!
Deathloop did not take home as many as I was thinking that it was going to take.
Get fucked, Deathloop.
So It Takes Two won, and I'm happy for that. You know, I haven't played it yet. That was kind of the underdog that I was hoping was going to get it.
Hell yeah.
So best game direction, Deathloop did win that, and best narrative, I was not expecting this either. Guardians of the Galaxy won best narrative.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
You should definitely go. You should check out my reactions on YouTube because I uploaded my Twitch stream onto the overleveled one. Some of my reactions to these I think are pretty god tier. So, best art direction. This also, this was weird to me. Deathloop won best art direction. You know, and whenever stuff like Psychonauts is on here. And The Artful Escape and Ratchet & Clank. I'm just kind of like, really? Deathloop won? Okay. Best score in music, Nier Replicant, though.
Yes.
So I'm not upset about that. Not upset about that. Best audio design, Forza, for all those dirt sound effects.
Yeah, dirt.
Best performance, of course, Maggie Robertson as Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village.
Simps Unite.
Simps United that day, so that was cool. Games for Impact, Life is Strange. Kind of saw that one coming. Best ongoing game, Final Fantasy 14.
Whoa!
So that's really good to see. Something finally fucking went out Fortnite.
Yeah.
Kenna Bridge of Spirits won Best Indie Game. It also won Best Debut Indie Game.
Nice.
Genshin Impact won Best Mobile Game. And Best Community Support was also Final Fantasy 14. There you go.
Oh.
Resident Evil 4 won Best Virtual Reality Game. And Best Action Game was Returnal. Best Action Adventure Game, Metroid Dread. Oh, and here we go. Best RPG. I'm very happy that Tales of Arise won Best RPG.
Yeah, that's tight. That's cool.
Like we had mentioned, this isn't a game that me and you have completed. I don't think you haven't played any of it yet, have you?
No.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it. I like what is there. I have not beaten it. Shin Megami Tensei 5, I'm sure, is also fantastic, but it came out just a few weeks before the Game Awards. So I was not expecting that one to win. I'm glad that Tales of Arise won. Yeah. Personally, though, I don't know if it was my favorite art. I mean, I don't know. I think there were some other games that should have been at least nominated for Best RPG. But
yeah.
Oh well. Oh, also, It Takes Two won Best Family Game.
So
the game about divorce won the Best Family Game. Very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, those are all the big dogs. That's all we really want to discuss as far as that goes. But anyways, yeah. Overall Game Awards, score out of 10. How would you rate Game Awards?
It was all right. Give it like a 6.
Sure. 6.
What about you? 6?
Yeah, I don't know. Like a 5, 6, okay. Something around there.
5.5?
5.5. Okay, so that was a lot of news. That was a lot that we discussed.
Chunky.
Yeah, this is a chunky one, guys. It's our Christmas extravaganza. Let's talk about some Christmas stuff. I know, we're kind of getting ready for this holiday season. We got family that we're gonna spend some time with. We got gifts that we're hoping that we can give. We got gifts that we're giving to other people and stuff. I'd kind of like to take a little bit of time right now to sort of, talk about some of our Christmas memories. Maybe they have stuff to do with video games. A few of the ones that I'll talk about definitely are kind of video game centered. But DJ, if you have any sort of fun Christmas memories, just in general that you want to share, hit me with it, dude.
In general, none at all. I don't remember any of it. But related to games, only two.
In general, you have no Christmas memories?
Memories, no. I don't. I mean, nothing was memorable about Christmas. Just spend time with family. And there was nothing
oh man, okay,
extravagant about it. Yeah, I don't know. But in terms of game related, when you texted me about this, at first I only had one, but then another one popped in my head that's earlier was it's not really a huge story. I just vaguely remember when I was with my when my parents were visiting my my grandma Donna back in Ohio. I think I remember we had Christmas there. It was either the day before or the day of. I got a Game Boy Advance.
Nice.
I remember being super excited about that, loving that. That's as much as I just vaguely remember Christmas time having a Game Boy Advance.
Do you remember how old you were?
It had to have been elementary time, somewhere around there. And then the more recent-ish one is I remember I really wanted a PS4, and I was constantly saving up for a PS4. My parents knew that I was trying really hard to save for a PS4, and then Christmas Day, we're having Christmas and stuff like that, and then my dad, I opened up all my gifts, and I didn't get a PS4. I was like, oh, man, I kind of wanted a PS4, but that's okay. My parents love me, and I love them. And then my dad opened up his last gift, and lo and behold, it's a PS4. And he's like, oh, look, hey, I got a PS4. And then my face was just like, wait, what?
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I was pretty much just like, you motherfucker. He was pretty much just like fucking with me and then gave me the PS4. But yeah, with like the money that I use and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got a PS4 on Christmas, which is pretty tight.
Nice, man.
Yeah, those are pretty much the only two that I remember in terms of like games and stuff like that.
Sure, yeah. I have about 2 stories. I'll kind of go into depth with them though, because I do have very specific memories of these. When I was 4 years old, I was at that point in time, I was being raised by my granny and my aunt. Shout outs to my aunt, Candace. Woo! She told me to shout her out one time, even though she doesn't listen to this podcast. Anyways, shout outs to Candace.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I was 4 years old, and it was Christmas, and being the very first born grandchild and like nephew and son, and really no one else, like there weren't any other kids being born until a lot later. I think maybe one other like brand new baby had been born around this time, but for the most part, I had been kind of this golden child in our family for the first 4 years of my life, So I was, I got a lot of cool toys, a lot of people spent a lot of time and money thinking about gifts that they could give Gavin. Even though I'm like less than 5 years old, I can't even think of what any kid under 5 years old would want, unless it's like, I don't know, something based off of a TV show or something, or off a YouTuber.
Right.
But at this point in time, I don't think I even knew what video games were.
Probably not.
I watched a lot of TV shows. I had lots of like VHS tapes. Yeah. But I was not familiar with video games as a concept. So, I'm opening up my lightsabers and shit and my coloring books and all that good stuff. And one of the last presents that I got, my aunt, she bought me a Nintendo GameCube.
Ooh, oh shit.
And with one game, it was SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Fuck yeah.
Now, I immediately was like, holy shit. Simply on the fact that SpongeBob was my favorite show.
Yeah.
I watched SpongeBob religiously every day.
Fuck yeah.
Like I was constantly watching SpongeBob.
Yeah.
So whenever she busts out this GameCube for me, and I'm like, man, I don't quite know what this is. But I think my uncle had helped me set it up. And as a 4-year-old, for the very first time, I played my very first video game. And either while I was still 4 or maybe I was 5 years old, but I did eventually beat that game while I was a little kid. That was, and obviously, whenever you're that little and you accomplish something like that, it kind of leaves a lasting mark on you.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So I think at that point, whenever I first finished SpongeBob, that was sort of my like wake up call to like, man, I love finishing video games. Okay. I gotta get more video games to finish. So, I would be asking for stuff all the time. Like, I gotta get this game. I want this game. I want to try this game. And I would go to friends' house and they would have video games too. So it was that Christmas, whenever I was 4 years old, that I got my very first experience with a video game.
Yeah, it's the moment you became a gamer. Nice.
Yeah, epic gamer playing SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Hell yeah. So
whenever that game got a re-release, like the rehydrated on PS4 and stuff, I was so excited for that.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think I've never pre-ordered a game so fucking fast than that game. And like nobody pre-ordered that game. Like I was like, ooh, I have to get a copy of this. Like I was like other people were going to be racing to get this, video game or whatever. I was like the only person in that GameStop that whole day who actually got that game. So anyways, that game has a special place in my heart. Because, it's my very first game and it's my Christmas game, my very first Christmas game.
Nice.
I've gotten other video games over the years as well, just as, little games that I wanted here and there.
Right.
TAC 2 and the Staff of Dreams was like a huge game for me as well. For a long time, I was really into that sort of like action adventure platformer kind of game. So I like those sort of games a lot, but I loved them whenever I was like 10 and below.
Right.
And one of the other Christmas stories, I actually told the story to Nicole before we started recording, because I was telling her this story just in mentioning, oh, here's one of the stories that I'm going to tell. So whenever I was, I believe, 10 or 11 years old, so this must have been like maybe 2009. It was either 2009 or 2010. By this point, I believe the PlayStation 3 had been out for maybe like 4 years now, 3 or 4 years. A lot of my friends had a PlayStation 3, and I wanted a PlayStation 3 so fucking badly. 1 year for Valentine's Day, my mom got us a Wii, and I'm like, interesting gift for a Valentine's Day kind of thing, but I'll accept it, Right. So I had a Wii. That was the most newest console that I had. Everything else was like a GameCube. I think I had a PS2 as well and a Nintendo DS. So, I had lots of video games to play, but I really, really, really wanted a PlayStation 3. Oh, and I was so fucking adamant in asking for a PlayStation 3. My parents would ask me what I want for my birthday. Fucking PlayStation 3. What do you want for Christmas? I want a goddamn PlayStation 3.
Put it on my desk.
I want a PlayStation 3. And so this one Christmas, I tried to always, I don't think I've ever looked at a gift that someone's ever given me and been like, really? I've never been an asshole about gift giving. Like, even if it's something I don't necessarily desire, I'll still be thankful for the gift, right? Yeah. But I think my parents could definitely see that on this Christmas, I had just had enough. I've had enough. I need a PlayStation 3. So basically, I'm sitting there, I'm opening gifts, and cool stuff. Yeah, I can't remember. I only know the one gift that I got that was important, but everything else is kind of a blur to me. I can't remember what I got, but my parents were kind of just like, man, well, that's it. We got no more gifts. And I was like, man,
see you next year.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, y'all. Yeah. And then my dad was like, oh wait, I think I do have something in the closet. And it's the whole fake out, like what's he gonna grab? Oh man. And he comes out, and I think it's in I think he put it in a different box. Like once you unwrap the wrapping paper, it was like it was like advertising a different product.
Right.
And I was like, why the fuck do I need this like toaster oven or whatever it was, And then my mom was just like, open it. And I opened it up, and it was a PlayStation 3. Woo! And I was so fucking ecstatic. I cried. I cried my fucking eyes out, dude.
I bet, yeah.
No, like serious. Like I was like crying hard. I was weeping over a fucking PlayStation 3. And I'm crying my eyes out. And now my mom, she's a very sentimental woman. God bless her soul. So she is one to take photos at every single event that we do. She got so many fucking photos of me crying about this motherfucking PlayStation 3. Oh, no. And then she proceeds to upload all of them to Facebook.
Oh, no.
Now, I did not know this until maybe like January or February. Like, it was a little while after these were all uploaded to Facebook.
Yeah.
But I was in my bedroom, and I did have a Facebook account. It was fairly new, and I was very young to have a Facebook account. But I did have one, and she tagged me in these photos, and I saw some of my friends were liking those photos of me crying over a PlayStation 3. And I did what any 10-year-old boy would do.
Yeah.
I reported them to my to Facebook. I reported my mom.
Reported my mom.
Yeah, I just reported her, you know? Hold on, I feel like I'm clipping. Is that a little bit better? I felt like I was clipping.
Yeah, it was a little bit better, yeah.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, everyone. Man, yeah, I reported my mom. And my mom was not happy that I reported her. Understandably so.
Yeah, of course.
But, man, that was a good Christmas.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that sounds tight.
Yeah, man. Those are the two stories that I can think of off the top of my head. But I'm hoping that I can continue to have more fun Christmas video game related things with my
definitely.
kids as I get older. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is there trying to think? I guess that's just about it for this episode.
Yeah, just a solid episode, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah. Got our good Christmas stuff in. Let everyone know where they can find you, DJ.
Oh, hello. I'm DJ. I have my own YouTube channel called Mushroom Man, where I talk about and make fun of different anime movies and video games. You can find me there, Mushroom Man, on YouTube. I also have my own anime podcast called The Ramen Stand, where we talk about anime and stuff like that. On YouTube, Spotify, all the different audio platforms and stuff like that. And you can also follow me on Twitter at Mushy Squishy. And yeah, that's about it.
Nice. Yeah. And I guess before I also completely end this out, if anybody who is listening has any sort of like fun, video game stories that you want to share with us, that kind of make you think about the holidays or anything like that, go ahead and tweet at us or send us an email or join our Discord, and we can talk about them there. I'm incredibly curious to hear everyone's stories when it comes to video games and the Christmas season. That email, let me see. You can go ahead and you can email us at overleveledpodcast@gmail.com. All of these links, by the way, will be in the episode description wherever you're listening to it. And if you're on the YouTube version, it's in the description box down there. So you can email us there. You can also tweet at me over at overleveledcast. And join our Discord as well, everyone.
Join it.
Yeah, we do have a Discord. We have questions of the week stuff, as you know. That's kind of how we opened up this episode. Right. Yeah, go ahead and answer that question that we asked at the beginning of the show. You can also join the Patreon too. I feel like I haven't shouted this one out in a little while.
We had one of those.
Yeah, there is a Patreon for the show as well. As it stands right now, it's purely a source of giving monetarily. Not a whole lot of tiers yet. I mean, there are tiers. I have an idea of what I would like to do once we sort of receive certain goals and stuff, and maybe something can happen in the future. But for right now, it's kind of purely just a spot where you can say, "Hey, I appreciate what these guys are doing. I want to support them monetarily." So yeah, that's over there in the description. Be sure to check that out as well. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I also Twitch stream as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, you do that.
I haven't done it in a little while. Been a little busy, reading some books, doing lots of work, trying to make podcasts.
Right.
But yeah, that's all that is down there as well. Twitch.tv/Gavdod. That's it. DJ.
Yes.
Hit him with it.
Jingle bells, Santa's coming for you. Make sure you sleep or he'll eat your beef. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, bye.
Okay. Bye.
Merry Christmas.